Here we go.
Got everything?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Here, honey. An offering for the king.
See you later, Mom.
Listen to your teacher, okay? And, give the king my best.
Dance with an angel, Mom.
Yeah. Maybe we'll tango today instead of waltz. That's our way of saying goodbye. My husband is an Air Force pilot and refers to fighter planes as angels. When he'd go on a mission that kept him away from home, I'd tell him in frustration to go dance with his angels. Matilda grew up hearing this, and now she uses it all the time. There's a nice view of the King's Bridge from our house. That iron giant is the pride of Gracemeria, our capital city. In the old quarter of the city beyond the bridge, you can make out an ancient castle, which is even more famous than the bridge. My daughter Matilda is going there on a field trip today. In the throne room rests the Golden King. He's been smiling for a good 600 years now. The king was a gentle person who was a bit on the small side, but he crafted a giant suit of armor that convinced his enemies to surrender without a single fight. Afterwards, they found such warmth in his smile that they bowed down to him in humility. Anyway, that's how the story goes. His smiling face still touches the hearts of our people. The very face my daughter and the others got on a bus to see this morning.
That was a brand new day.
The song on the radio seems to be a perfect match for the sunny weather.
Radio's taking all of your favorite requests.
I have no idea what's happening. That awful sound and the shaking. Was that a blast of wind from an explosion? The castle disappeared behind a pillar of flame.
Attention all pilots. Our capital city, Gracemeria, is under attack by unknown aircraft. Damage from the attacks is widespread throughout the city. All planes scramble and intercept all threats immediately.
Garuda team, time to take off. set for takeoff. Don't get overeager. Just do what you always do. Garuda 1 liftoff. Cerberus team runway clearance granted. Takeoff when ready. All aircraft under airborne command's jurisdiction following takeoff. This is not a drill. I repeat, this is not a drill.
Airborne warning and control system ghost eye to all scrambling defense craft. The situation has not yet been ascertained. We must implement an emergency reformation. Follow your individual instructions. Garuda 1, you do not have a wingman. Let's see. Shamrock. Shamrock, are you alone too? Very well. As of now, you're Garuda 2.
Okay. So I'm Garuda 2. Garuda 1, I've got your back. No time for introductions now, though. Go ahead and I'll follow your lead. Never was good with directions anyhow.
Garuda team, you are authorized to engage any hostile aircraft above Gracemeria.
Roger that. May the Golden King smile upon us.
Ghost eye to Garuda 1 Talisman and Garuda 2 Shamrock. We are currently in a state of emergency. Our nation is under attack by unknown forces. Do whatever you can to fend off the invasion.
Garuda 2, roger that. Garuda
aircraft down. In gun range.
Unit 2, roger that. I have him.
Fox 2, Fox 2. Hell, missed.
All airborne tanks have been destroyed. Ghost time. How are things on the ground?
We've managed to stave them off so far, but we've got to stay on constant alert.
Roger that.
I'll take care of this one.
Talisman is locked on.
Team, now! Keep on, now! Get him! Get him once more!
Careful now. Guys are on radar. Shamrock, Fox 2.
Take them goodbye! I'm hit! Going down!
A missile. Look out!
Fox 2. A miss!
Enemy plane down.
away from 6th Street. Just give me 5 minutes.
I've got lock on.
Launching missile. Lock on.
Somebody shake me off!
I tagged one. Bandit at my 12. Locking on. Missile missed.
My electrical system's fried. I've lost monitoring capabilities.
Box 2. Ah! We evaded! I have him!
Looks like the stogies are running out of steam. Had enough, boys?
The Slovakian threat level has been reduced. You should be able to hold out against them. Route 1, we've almost got him. Let's do this one plane at a time.
Enemies cowering like babies. Glad to see the city wasn't completely destroyed. The Air Force really saved our lives. Enemy fired a missile.
We have radar lock on.
I've finished evacuating the west sector of the old quarter. I'll wait further orders.
Kill confirmed! That makes 1 kill for Garuda 1.
That's what I like to hear. Our Air Force is holding down the enemy. Keep it up.
The Slovakian threat level is even lower now. Drive them out of Ameria.
Saigon to Strigan, team. We are prepared to launch. Strigan leader to Agayan. We will commence mission operations once your delivery is complete. Attention all aircraft. We are ready for Nimbus launch. Begin the countdown. Booster ignition complete. Launch in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fire! Engage the enemy at will following Nimbus impact. Finish them off.
What's this? Missiles!
Number 3, your radio's down. Number 3, where are you? Somebody in the cruise missiles just dented in midair. Half our planes have been wiped off the radar.
What the hell was that? Where are they coming from? Enemy cruise missile incoming.
Those are no ordinary cruise missiles. Evade like hell if you want out of this alive.
Damn it! What about our city? What about Gracemeria?
This is the west sector of the old quarter. What the hell was that?
Hey, I'm on your side. Isn't your IFF working?
Warning, additional enemy planes have been spotted on radar. You don't want to know how many.
This is Strigan 12. Target acquired. Engage. Calling all Strigan planes. Gracemeria shall be ours for the taking. Roger. A large-scale explosion has apparently occurred in midair. No further details as yet.
What the hell's happening?
This is Ghost Eye to all planes. Air Defense Command has ordered an evacuation. You've been ordered to give up Gracemeria. Break away from this airspace and head west.
Are you out of your mind? We can't comply with that order.
We are militarily at a huge disadvantage. Comply with the order airspace and head west. Garuda team, you're about to exit the combat zone. Maintain your course west to leave the airspace.
It's not bad at company. Gotta stick together.
Garuda team, break away from this airspace and head west. Out of the combat zone. Head for the rendezvous point.
I promise we'll be back for you. Just a little longer. I promise.
Our military has escaped destruction because of your valiant efforts on the battlefield. But our capital, Gracemeria, has been temporarily occupied by Estavakian forces, and our central government has been usurped by them as well. The nation of Estavakia had declared war with our country as it simultaneously launched a surprise attack on Gracemeria. In response, the Republic of Emeria's Political Council unanimously adopted a resolution of open war against the Federal Republic of Estavakia. Our forces remaining on the Emerian mainland are still fighting in desperation to protect our country. Once our intelligence has been sorted and confirmed, the Republic of Emeria's armed forces must immediately regroup and counterattack against the Federal Republic of Estavakia. The beautiful country of Emeria belongs to us, and only us, the Emerian people.
Fire and smoke rises from the city before me. The King's Bridge is gone. No. Matilda! I vaguely hear a scream of terror that sounds much like my own voice from afar. I feel as though the Golden King's gentle smile is moving farther away from me. Every now and then, I tell my daughter the story of the night some years ago. A night when the sky was radiant with shooting stars. That night, your father and I made countless wishes together. An asteroid called Ulysses came into Earth's orbit and disintegrated into millions of pieces, which poured down on the land below. As we watched the shooting stars that night, fragments from the asteroid rained down on our eastern neighbor, Estavakia, damaging a great deal of their infrastructure and devastating their economy. Soon after, the news reported that their nation had fallen into a civil war, one that would last for years. Eventually, the internal strife was brought to an end when the generals came into power. In the midst of hardship, the citizens of Estavakia were convinced that the only way they could recover as a nation was to rely on a military government led by these generals. Before long, they went so far as to invade our nation, the Republic of Emeria. Our military was forced to retreat to Kesid, an island far to the west. My husband, a fighter pilot, also hasn't come home since. I walk on. I am unable to think. All I can do is follow the others. Ever since we came to the twisted remains of my daughter's school bus, my soul has left me. I am empty. Some of our tanks are parked at the approach to the bridge.
There's a train still running on the other side of the river. She goes all the way out to the edge of the border. We've got to blast this bridge before the enemy gets a hold of it. So move it or lose it, people!
Here I see the wreckage of a jet that was shot down. On what's left of the nose, I can make out some writing. Melissa. It's my name. What a cruel twist of fate for me to see this. My pilot husband, who had left for work that day with the same loving look on his face as always. He had painted my name on his angel. I go into the crowd on the train and endure 2 weeks of pure hell before finally ending up at a refugee camp at the border. I don't know any of the names on the list. My compatriots, who have now become refugees, gather around a single radio to listen to the broadcast. Even though the station is broadcasting out of Gracemeria, occupying forces have taken complete control of the airwaves. The enemy must have completely overtaken our capital, Gracemeria.
And although newer parts of the city have suffered considerable damage, the castle and a significant section of the old quarter have escaped relatively unscathed.
The castle's okay.
However,
Thank God.
the announcer went on to say that our castle was robbed of countless antiquities that once were elaborately displayed in our castle. Stripped bare.
As the Estabakian military, it is our sworn duty to govern this crumbling nation and get it back on its feet, starting right here in Gracemeria. I found a group of street children in front of the central station here, where the area has literally been reduced to a slum. Step on up here, little girl. What do you have to say about all this?
Go dance with the angels, mister.
My ears were not deceiving me. That voice belonged to my daughter, Matilda.